Sami Zayn comes out and he wants to address Chad Gable. This has gone on long enough, so he asks Gable to come out alone so they can put an end to this. But instead, Maxine, Otis, and Tozawa come out, and Maxine has a prepared statement stating that Gable said that Zayn was not worth his time and we need to redeem ourselves. So she reads a message from Gable, running down Tozawa as a failure dressed as a ninja, Otis being a child who couldn't even hold on to the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Maxine, a knockoff Barbie that no one wanted. Whereas without without Gable, Zayn would just be a disheveled mess that Gunther would have squashed. And Gable wants another title match. And just like that, Zayn accepts. He's like, yes, I accept for Clash at the Castle. And we got our match.
Seems to be the case these days when it comes to title matches. You know, you either show up and you ask, or you threaten the boss and you ask, and you just get them. It's that easy. Yes. Who needs tournaments or, casino gauntlets?
Yes. I'm never going to complain when we get screaming Tony Khan just accepting that's a great idea and making a title match on the spot with Roderick Strong. That might have been our best title setup of the year. So we got Zayn and Gable apparently at Clash at the Castle, just like that. And Zayn asks the three, are you three tired of this? You're better than this. Gable doesn't determine your worth. You need to set yourselves free. And Gable shows up from behind, jumping Sami, and calls on Otis to attack him. And he's bullying Otis as Tozawa stands in, so Gable goes and gets in Tozawa's face. Maxine is begging him to stop, so Gable screams for her to get on her knees and beg, which she does, and then kicks her and Tozawa out of the ring. And in doing so, Otis stands up to Gable and gets in between, and this arena went nuts. This was one of the biggest reactions on the whole show. And they're chanting Otis. And then Zayn fights back, and Gable sends Zayn into Otis from behind, and Otis accidentally knocks Maxine and Tozawa off the apron, and they land on the floor. And Otis is fuming, and he's looking at Gable, and he's looking at Zayn, and the crowd is hoping that he's going to finally realize who hit him from behind, and instead, he grabs Sami and hits him with a world's strongest slam, and the crowd is deflated. But man, this was an awesome segment. And the way they are building this, I mean, I don't know what the long term will be with Otis, but my God, when this guy finally attacks Chad Gable, like this crowd just went nuts when they thought they were going to get this payoff.
And he leaves by putting Tozawa on his back and carrying Maxine and carrying the both of them up like this.
This was a great visual.
Hilarious.
He threw Tozawa on his back and lifted Maxine. Strong man.
This is great. I think they've done such a great job of making Otis this sort of silent, like tortured monster. Similar to, I guess, in the past, your big giants that are kind of held captive, like a Kane or I guess a Kill Switch is sort of like a modern day equivalent, or like even like a Darth Vader. Like somebody who obviously has the sympathy of the crowd, but like can't imagine sort of like whatever, like leaving the stranglehold that their master has on him. I thought Otis was seriously like way far gone from ever achieving this sort of reaction ever again. From drawing this level of sympathy from the crowd again after just years of just kind of being meat eating like nothing, right? But they did it. Otis is, at least on this show, one of the most over baby faces. And maybe if we're just kind of gauging like reactions of the week, I bet you this is going to be one of the biggest reactions of the entire week in this promotion. So they've done such a great job of building and building and building this tension. And it's certainly by far the hottest thing Alpha Academy has ever been a part of. It just kind of speaks to how well done I think all of this has been.
I think it's the story on Raw. I won't say the entire company, but I'll say on Raw, I think this is the story that people are getting most into. They certainly were by a rate.
What's on SmackDown? I guess Cody.
I thought the Cody AJ thing was excellent on Friday. Like that was just a terrific angle, and it's one that is.
And what else on SmackDown?
Well, I'm just stating like that is one. Like this has been really strong stuff, and it's going week to week, and you're teasing this, and it's got a direction to it. And the byproduct is you're getting these Zayn Gable matches that have been incredible on top of it. And you're going to have an electric crowd in Scotland for another one of these matches. But people are just as interested in the follow-up with Otis and what this is going to lead to and where this ultimately, where the payoff is.
It's a good storyline for television. You know, like in ring, is there a big payoff with an Otis match in the future? Like with the right match and the right storyline, yes. But like when we're talking about just like filling the week to week television time with these sort of like non wrestling segments, I mean this is a good example of one.